Welcome to Seattle.
Where is Seattle?
People of Seattle, listen to me!
Seattle Space Needle.
Pike Place Market. This iconic spot is a must visit for any food lover in Seattle.
Oh, heck yeah.
And it was this exact moment that we knew we had to make a video about the incredible food scene here. But before we get started, let's catch you up on our journey so far. Last time we left off, we flew from Mexico City to Portland, Oregon, where we spoke at TravelCon. Oh, and I always forget about this part. If you're new around here, we're Chris and Sarah, and we're currently driving the Pan American Highway with our dog Kramer. And like we mentioned before, we're currently in Mexico, heading south to Argentina. And we've been saying the Pan American pretty loosely because you never know where we're going to end up. Today we're driving 3 hours from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington as a part of our 2-week break stateside before we continue on our way through the rest of Mexico. In our next video, we're going to be back on the Pan American Highway, but for this week, we're showing you some of the best foods in Seattle.
We lived here when we were first married, so it holds a very special place in our hearts. But this weekend, we're staying just downtown in Belltown, and we decided this is probably as good a time as we're ever going to get to do a food tour of Pike Place.
I mean, if you're going to put me any place in the world and say, go eat, this would be the place. Yeah, it is touristy, but a lot of locals come here.
Maybe they don't come here all the time because it is really busy, but the produce is fresh, the fish is fresh. And then some of the places that are here, they also have other locations in town. So like the original Starbucks is here. Rachel's Ginger Beer, the original one is here, and they have multiple locations in town. So there's good food here. If you want to try a lot of things in a small area, Pike Place is probably it.
We highly recommend getting to Pike Place early in the morning. Sure, it can feel a little creepy not seeing it jam-packed at first, but there's something magical about watching the vendors set up for the busy day ahead. But if you get there too early, the only place that's open for business is Starbucks and a little French bakery, which is our first stop.
Such hard decisions. Going into a bakery is probably the most indecisive I possibly could get. I ringed it in. I got 2. So this is a raspberry brioche, and then got a, oh shoot, I don't speak French. Underneath it in English, in italics, they said caramelized croissant. I think it's for the fools like me. So, got this, 1 raspberry, and then 1 caramelized croissant. I'm gonna just tear into it. Just destroyed that. They worked hours on that. I just ripped it apart with my bare hands. I love raspberry. It's good. Chris asked me if I wanted to say something about the raspberry. I'm like, it's early, I haven't had coffee. It's raspberry. It's good. Sorry, I'm not helping. And Chris just looked at me like, is that really all you got?
The raspberry is really sweet within the dough. Look at me. I'm giving more of an explanation than Sarah. Look, she's in the bag right now. I wanted like slow-mo of the bread pulling, and you're like, wow, I really want to eat that. Now she's going for the caramelized croissant.
Oh, stop it. It's got the flaky layers like a croissant, which I love. I love just a good plain croissant in the morning. The bottom where they crisped it and caramelized it, it adds a little extra sweet. Like we really need more sweets.
I'm going to give you some insight on that first Starbucks. Technically, it's not the first Starbucks, it's the 3rd Starbucks. They closed down the first one, and they made that one the first one. Secondly, when you go in, that's really small, and if you're thinking that it's something special, it's not. It's a Starbucks. Literally, there's nothing special about that except that they made it the first one. So, you can stop there, but normally there's a really big line. It's not worth it. There's better coffee in town, trust me.
Like Anchorhead Coffee. I think this shop is new. I don't think this used to be here when we were here. It's a different location. But it's just down the street from Pike Place, like a block over. So I would consider this Pike Place for a video. Got our coffee. I think I need it desperately. My eyes are very heavy, very sleepy. We may or may not have gotten here 20 minutes early and just laid on a bench outside until they opened. It's 8:07 a.m. already got a line. So excited about this. We told ourselves we were gonna get one, and then we went in there and we saw they had sweet and savory, and so we had to get one of each. We're just eating a lot this weekend. This bag is heavy. The first thing. Ooh, it's warm. We got it's one of their vegetarian options, cheddar garlic roll, and it's made with Tillamook cheddar cheese. Love Tillamook, based in Oregon, so it's kind of local. Look how pretty that is, though. That's good. It's not flaky like a croissant. I mean, it has a little bit of a flake to it, you can see, but it's kind of dense. It's warm. It's not spicy. Kind of reminds me of like cheesy bread at an Italian restaurant or something. Someone's got to do this job. Call this research and development. If you're gonna come to one of them, I'd go to this one. Go to the Russian one. They're both good. This one's more unique. Take that away from me. It's really good. I cannot believe we're eating all this. This is gonna sound really cheesy, and I'm not kidding when I say this. But when I bit into this, the first thing that my brain thought was the Nutcracker, and I had one of the Nutcracker songs through my head because it just tastes so Christmassy, and I guess what I think Russia's like. I don't know, I've never been to Russia. It's cinnamon. It's got a little crumble on top. No nuts because Chris is allergic to all nuts. It looks like they've twisted it, so it's not like a cinnamon roll where they just kind of roll it. It's like twisted, and then they kind of spiral it. Not white like a croissant, kind of similar to that dough, where it's a little bit denser, so it's filling. The cinnamon is really strong and really flavorful, and it's warm. We've eaten a lot of cinnamon rolls in this channel lately.
We're pivoting our channel to Chris and Sarah's cinnamon roll extravaganza. Because when you think cinnamon roll, you think fun, and then you think Chris and Sarah.
Oh, how I long for the wind. It was here and blew away, and like an anchor in the sand, I was forced to stay. Ooh, ooh, don't leave me like this, don't leave me like this. I belong to you. Ooh, don't leave me like this, don't leave me like this. I belong to you.
So Beecher's is known for cheese. It's locally made, and they've been here for years. And I have a December birthday, and my first birthday in Seattle when we lived here, I wasn't feeling great. I think I was sick, and all I wanted for my birthday was Beecher's mac and cheese. So we ordered Beecher's mac and cheese in for dinner on my birthday. So I always think about that when I get it. But we got the salmon mac and cheese today, which is apparently their most popular. This is such an unhealthy day. I'm sorry. Oh, it's so creamy. You don't need more than 8 ounces to split. This is a lot of cheese.
There's definitely a reason Beecher's is very famous. The cheese is really creamy. The noodles are very noodly. And the salmon is very good. Let me get down here because this is where my face is. Beecher's, you can come in and see them. You can see the cheese being made. They actually have a cheese curd lasagna that looks really good too. But Sarah's right. 8 ounces of the mac and cheese. You're going to be in a food coma with anything bigger.
Kramer's nose is going crazy. A little bit of cheese and salmon in the lid. Kramer. He's liking that. This place is called Turkish Delight. And obviously, if you go to a place called Turkish Delight, you've got to get Turkish Delight. Now, I could be wrong. It's been years since I've had it, but I think it is like a gelatin, and then they infuse it with flavor, and it's kind of covered in, looks like powdered sugar. The sweetest little lady working the counter, she decided to give us an assortment. That's what we asked for, or she suggested that. So we've got peach and rose and some other things in here. Oh, yeah, it is kind of jelly gooey. Good. That's rose. I love rose.
I've never had Turkish Delight before. The only thing about Turkish Delight that I know is that it was in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And so, which is not saying much. So this is my first time ever tasting Turkish Delight. They've been in business for 42 years, so obviously they know what they're doing.
You just got powdered sugar all over
Oh. Oh, hey. That's actually pretty good. Think of it like a powdered donut, but instead of a donut, it's a gummy bear. That's very good.
Very.
I've got powdered sugar all over me.
So do I. I was sitting here judging you and I didn't even look at them.
So just go in knowing if you're gonna get Turkish Delight, you're gonna get powdered sugar all over you. All right, on to the next.
It's got cloudy overnight and cool, which means it's good chowder weather. And one of the most popular places at Pike Place Market is Pike Place Chowder. We're just gonna get a small and split it, but we got the salmon chowder because Seattle's sort of known for salmon too. We figured that's a good way to try both things. We walked up and there's this really, really long line to order inside. And then the lady who works here actually came out and said, you can order, she gave us this little QR code thing. She said, you can order right here using the QR code and it'll be ready in 2 to 5 minutes around back for to-go orders. So I guess these people are all staying here. This is like the seating area. We were gonna do it to go anyway, so it worked out pretty well.
Here's a pro tip. Get it to go, get it faster, then you can walk 2 minutes and you can have a nice overlook at the water. You don't have to sit here in the alleyway.
It looks like eating straight up a bowl of queso cheese, doesn't it? We got salmon chowder. On their menu, they said it's kind of like a lox bagel minus the bagel. And that's a pretty good description. It's salmony, it's creamy. It's got, it's so hard to tell what's in chowder. It looks like potatoes, peas. It's warm. This is not a healthy day. It is really good.
That chowder was really thick, and the pieces of salmon were very big. There's another chowder place in town. I think that one's better. It was very good chowder. I would love to hear a New Englander rate that, because that's where the real chowder is, but that was pretty good P&W chowder. One of our favorite places in Seattle is Rachel's Ginger Beer.
Rachel's Ginger Beer. They have 2 other locations down. We used to live really close to one of them. You can get it just plain ginger beer. You can get it as an ice cream float, or you can get it as a mule, so with alcohol in it. We just got plain because it is 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's sweet. This one, I got pink guava. I feel like it's sweeter than some of the other flavors I've had, but it's good. I like it. It's good for your tummy. It's sweet and tasty, and it's really good on a hot day.
You need to come here. No matter what, come to Rachel's Ginger Beer. So we have some meat, some pastry, chicken, barbecue. Oh, heck yeah.
The bread's so sweet. It's like cinnamon roll bread almost, but with the savory. Yum. Okay, so it's not I think it's the pork. I think it's pork, isn't it? Yeah. It's very good. It's sweet. The bread's sweet, but also the sauce is kind of sweet, so it's got a little sweet savory.
So while we're here in Seattle, we've been staying at the Thompson Hotel, which is right next door to Pike Place. And to top it all off, they're dog friendly.
Pike Place is 2 blocks right there. So we're right in the heart of really what a lot of people come to see and do in Seattle. But one thing that this hotel is very known for is its rooftop view. So we are up here getting a drink, enjoying sunset. It was really cloudy a few minutes ago, so we thought we weren't going to see a sunset at all, but it did a very Seattle thing, and the sun came out just underneath the clouds over on the Olympic Peninsula. So we can see the mountains and the sunset, and it's beautiful.
Don't leave me like this, don't leave me like this. I belong to you. Don't leave me like this, don't leave me like this. I belong to you. Don't leave me like this, don't leave me like this. I belong to you. Don't leave me like this, don't leave me like this. I belong to you. Don't leave me like this, don't leave me like this. I belong to you.
For behind the scenes and extra content, you can head on over to our Patreon community. Otherwise, be sure to follow on Instagram or like and subscribe here.
It really helps creators like us.